So now we are going to move to Morph Tool. With the Morph Tool we will create something on top of this, and since I am from Bratislava, I will try to recreate the Bratislava castle, just an easy model that we will do. And we will start with opening the ground floor, finding the Morph Tool at the top at the design palette, Morph Tool. And as you can see, you have different geometry methods in here. First one is polygonal. That means that we will create the outline and we will create a morph with zero thickness, so it will be just like slab. But if we want to set up the thickness of the morph, we need to do it manually. The other methods are these geometrical methods. Two of them are rectangular, two of them are for circles, and there is also another option that is to create the morph in 3D, but probably right now we will not need them. But if you, I recommend to try them on your own. This one is called Revolve, and I believe that a similar thing is also in SketchUp, that you can just select some spline or something and then just make it round like a vase or so, and this one creates the 3D geometry in 3D. But I will start with a square and I will just check the dimensions. So I will type 10 meters and I will hold here. It will save this as a point that helps me to create this. This is in 10 meters distance, and now I just close it up and open 3D. Nice. As you see, I have a morph here that has a zero thickness. Okay, so we're gonna start by modeling the ground floor, or the base, the projection of our desired design. So for me it's gonna be Bratislava Castle, and I need for that one more thing, and that it's gonna be a rectangle, can be around 25 meters, and I will close it up. Okay, 3D. And now what I will do is that I will copy this by Ctrl D, and now I will just rotate this by Ctrl R. Yeah. Okay. I don't remember the keyboard shortcut for this, but that is why I told you to bring over the papers that I shared with you, is that it is very useful actually. Now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna copy this. Okay, now I have the base. What can I do now with this? So we can edit this in 3D, and we have different options for morph than for any other element. And you will see, if I click in here, I click inside my morph that was selected, so on the surface, and the first option is push-pull option. That actually allows me to push-pull. Then there is option of tube, and that is basically, I believe they call it follow me in SketchUp or something like this. So yeah, I'm creating the projection and it follows my line that I'm creating in 3D. Then you have an option to bulge, and that is actually to make the hill kind of a thing or a hole kind of a thing with the dimensions that you just want. Then we have their option to offset. That is something that you know. And we can add polyline, rectangle, box, or Revolve Morph, and we will do that later. So right now I will just select these 4, click in here, push pull, and I will say that this is gonna be, okay, can be 30, just a wild guess, and okay, I expected that it would somehow do all of them at the same time, but probably it's not working. I will try again. Okay, so it doesn't work. And now I will connect the middle parts. And let's say something like 20. Okay, now I just click the last used tool is selected, and yeah, that is the base. Okay, one more thing that I'm missing right now is that we have at our castle this kind of pitched roof, and I will try to do that. And this you will do by clicking on the corner point and clicking on the pencil. I clicked on the corner point because that is the first point where it's gonna start to do the pencil. So I will connect one edge or one corner with another one, and I will do the same with this. And now what I need to do is that I need to select this point, and it shows me the options of drawing tools, but I don't want this drawing tools, so I click here on go back and move node. And what I will do is that I will try to set it up to 7500. Okay, now it reminds more of this castle. Now I could do all the same with the other elements, or I can just delete these and copy this. So Ctrl D, plus sign, and Ctrl D, place in here. Okay, so now I have 4 of them, and I would like to have also a pitched roof in here. I can do this 2 ways, and I will show you probably the easiest one. The easiest one is that I will click on this element, find our middle point. If I hover on here or almost anywhere, it will find my middle point. If it doesn't find your middle point, check up in here in this snap guides and points. You can turn this on and off by clicking in here, and in here you can change the dimensions and divisions, if it's going to be by person, distance, and blah blah blah. So it can find my point. I will try to connect with the other one. Okay, if I click right now in here on the edge, does it allow me offset edge? Okay, as you can see, I can offset the edge. I can take only one part, but I would like to take this edge and take it up. One thing that is specific only with Morph Tool is that under selection, if you have not selected anything and you have a selection tool selected or arrow tool, you can switch from this normal selection type to this sub element, and that allows me especially in work with Morph Tool to edit my geometry a bit more. So I can select only one face or surface, I can select only one edge. You cannot select actually point. If you want to select a point, you would change your selection back to this one. And you always use actually with all other elements the normal selection. So don't forget, if you're gonna use this white arrow, don't forget that you should change the selection back. Okay. Now if I click on this edge, it should have also another option, and that is, okay, yeah, this drag option, Ctrl D. I believe that maybe it would work also with the other one, with the normal selection. I just wanted to show you this selection also, and I will set this up for 5000. Let's see, how does it look like? Okay, yeah, slightly reminds of Bratislava Castle. Okay, and now, as you can see, if I try to delete now, I only deleted this one face. So that is actually a problem, because right now you have incomplete geometry. So always switch back to the other selection, and now I will just copy, and yeah, I will try to maybe mirror. I will see what will be the effect if I mirror like this. Okay, it works. And Ctrl D, point to point. Okay, so this is how you use Morph Tool to generate any kind of model that you would like to have in your neighborhood that is maybe a slightly bigger or more complex geometry than the normal slabs that we used in here. What can I do now is that I can select this whole thing and try to drag it over, and it should connect. Okay, almost perfectly aligned. One more thing that I would like to do is that yeah, everything is selected. But I will try to show you also the settings. So I go Ctrl T, or find it in here, Morph Selection Settings, and with Morph you don't work with the geometry in here actually. Maybe you only set up if you know the height, but you're setting up this bottom height of the ground base that we created in our ground floor plan to project 0, and you set up the home story where you're gonna see this castle. You can select the material, and in here you can change the surface of the material to, for example, yeah, titanium white, so it is white, and yeah, as you can see, it changed to white. You can work with different types of views of the edges. You can hide the edges, you can select to soften the edges, but this this doesn't really work with this kind of geometry because this is only sharp geometry. So I will leave it by hard, and you can even turn off and on if the morph casts shadow and receive shadow. Okay, so this is this. And under floor plan and selection, you can once again set up how does it look like. How does it look like in our view in here, and I will find this probably, okay, this. So how does it look like? As you can see, it's kind of a golden outlook, so I can change cut surfaces no, because I have nothing in a section, but yeah, these outlines I can say that they are gonna be this kind of gray. And cover fill pen, yeah, we don't need any kind of, okay. And now you can see that it's kind of silver. I can change the settings also in here, so I will lock this to be the same, and I will also change the outlines for the same color, so it's a bit more clean right now. And I can also change to make it smooth. Okay, now it looks nicer. In the next step we are gonna work with a wall tool.